This is going to explain why they found all the cash. They found 420, what they said?
It said 600,000.
Then they said 15, when they said 1,500 pounds?
Yeah.
All legal. Gummies. But what they don't tell you is that the investigation started when I was almost killed in my own fucking home.
Money conversations, we've been making business moves. Contemplating how to get it, need to get in tune. Different topics, we got options, you could pick and choose. If more income ain't the outcome, gotta switch the mood. We tryna help you to improve, thanks for asking. Road the richest, speak on broker days and past tense. Wealthy habits, lately I just wanna stack chips. Took a risk and we been running up a bag since. G-Vast Quest, quick to make a couple G's. Detox, spit knowledge, put you on your feet. Bug out, got the plate, make sure to pray before you eat. At the table with the winners, come and take a seat.
Yo, what up? Yo, for the next episode of Thanks for Asking, we got Scotchie the Boss, we got Matty Toscano, we got Luke stepping over there. Yo, this is gonna be a wild episode. So, yo, tell your story. And yo, Detox, start the interview, bro.
Can I get a round of applause first? You know what I'm saying?
Scotchie the Boss.
Yeah. We got a lot of... What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Scotchie Boss.
Syndicate. Shabba.
Scotchie.
Scotty.
Yeah, man.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Everything good, man.
We got a good episode today, man. I'm just happy that we got so many hard workers in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got Toscanos over here, Matty Toscano. We got Luke Steffen. Of course, we got the usual suspects.
Team. We got the dream team.
Well,
that's a fact.
Bug Out, G, yourself, and we got Scotchie Boss.
And don't forget Prime Focus. You always seem to forget.
Hey, let him rock.
And we got none other than the one and only
Prime Focus.
Prime Focus.
That's right.
Work hard. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Prime Focus over there.
It work hard.
He focusing prime time over there.
Now you want to be on TV and shit. Before, I don't want to be on this thing.
No, don't do that. Don't you do that.
That's fine. We got a camera for you. When you get on there, don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Look how he blushing. All right, got Boss. It's about you, bro.
It's about you. What's going on, man?
No, good, man. Thanks for having me. Jamaica, Queens, huh?
Yeah, man.
You heard me?
Feel like I'm home.
You are home.
Yeah.
When you in this shop, this is home. You
That's
know
a
what I'm saying?
fact. That's a
It's
fact.
essential right here, man.
Yeah.
So you got a lot going on right now, man.
I do.
Talk about that. What you got going on right now? And
Oh, Lord. It's a blessing. That's for sure. So I met the Toscano brothers, who were artists, development, and branding specialists in the...
One second. I don't mean to interrupt.
G's hungry and he just yo, I had to get rid of Junie right, kid. Junie had to get right. We interviewed with him. I'm sorry, y'all. You got to time out. Junie just came back with the food.
You're good, man.
I had to get Junie right,
Now,
y'all.
just for that, I want some chicken. Just for
Now
that.
you want chicken. He the one hungry.
Yeah.
We just ate.
Man.
There you go.
Still rolling?
Give me the
we
chicken.
definitely
Give me
rolling.
the chicken.
hold on. Let
Oh,
them-
they gotta eat that. What do you get?
Give
Turkey
me
necks?
chicken.
Rice and peas.
Rice and beef.
Go ahead, man.
You sure, man? You
I'm
have
sure.
all that greasy ass chicken on my mic?
That was a super
And what you gonna say? I want to hear what you gonna say.
I said pause. That's what I said.
What you gonna say?
I'm not gonna eat the chicken. Man. I'm not gonna eat the
Yeah,
chicken.
thank you.
You gonna talk like that? You said it like that.
You get his mic breathe.
That was super crazy, D. Did you hear it?
I was out of pocket on that.
Let's go, man. All right. That was crazy, though.
Tom in.
1, 2, 3, action.
Action.
Yeah, you said you had artist development and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, it's unbelievable, to be honest with you, because I've only been an artist for a total of 6 months. I was traveling to Jamaica very frequently, Montego Bay especially. My fiance is Jamaican, so I've been going over there for 8 years, every 6 weeks to 2 months, just to visit her and chill out and whatever. But the music thing has been taken off. It started as a way to stay sober. So I got sober 28 months ago, and I had a
Congratulations for
sponsor.
that. Hell yeah.
It was a big problem for me. It was ruining my life, so I had to clean it up, and I had to get sober. I'm just one of those guys that can't drink socially, or it's all or nothing. One's too many, 1,000's not enough.
You're allergic to drinking, right?
Yeah, I'm allergic to the alcohol. I break out in handcuffs. Right? So,
I love that.
yeah. So in any case, my sponsor and the doctor said, "Listen, you're filling a void when you have an addiction problem. You're not happy with yourself inside, so you're filling some type of void." So I had to fix my inside, and then I had to find something in life that gave me the same energy as the drugs and the alcohol, and get me out of my own mind, because we have, us as addicts and with mental illness, we have a lot of noise inside our head. So it was music. Okay, so I started writing, and I was taking my trips to go see my fiance in Montego Bay, and I was sitting on the side of the road on a car wash. Now it's making sense how I can chat patois.
Yeah.
So it make a little bit of sense, right? So me on the road, as they would say, and a local artist, Scotchie Boss, had heard me and said, "Hey, you know what? I know Damage Music. I want to introduce you to somebody." So Damage Music is one of the biggest, or the biggest right now in the Caribbean. Produces guys like Tommy Lee Sparta, Movado, Skang, all of them. Anybody, all the big ones. So long story short, he brings me into Damage Studios, and Damage shows up, really cool. Completely down to earth. I was really nervous because I was like, what am I doing here?
Right.
Because I never really thought I was that interesting, to be honest with you.
I mean, I gotta say, man, you didn't feel being a white guy.
So right, you don't think I have the swag or the cred, right? So I surprised a lot of people. We like that. It's the element of surprise. So anyways, Damage says, all right, he starts playing these beats, and these things are banging. So okay, so I'm doing it at a hobby at this point, right? Just to stay sober and get out of my head. He said, why don't you take a track? Because I did a little thing for him in the studio. I said, take the track, take the beat, and come back. A month later, boom, we did the first video. He signs me to Damage Music, and on the way we go. And after that, it's just been going on through. I just did a collaboration with Tommy Lee Sparta, which is going to drop in January. On the way back from the video from Jamaica, I sat next to a record exec for Sony. So we started talking. I guess sometimes it's being in the right place at the right time. But I had been putting in the work for the last 6 months, so I had all the sauce, right? I had all these collaborations with artists in Jamaica. The jump-off point was Jamaica. I was found in Jamaica.
So you do reggae music?
No, we were coining it a hardcore dance hall. So, no,
What's
I
that?
cannot sing reggae, bro.
Oh,
I'm not that good. No.
okay.
So it's more of a hardcore dancehall. It's a blend between dancehall and
Rap.
hardcore from like the New York City hardcore from
The
like
90s?
CBGB days. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the kids, the real
Want to
heavy
do a
stuff.
sample?
Of what?
Well, we're
got
gonna get to the
video.
Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Just keep
So in any case, that's how it all started. It jumped off, and then I met the Toscano brothers in at this pivotal time, who was the industry leaders of branding artists and really telling them that you got it or not. So 2 months later, after meeting the Toscano brothers and signing up with them, it's off and running.
So you're a rapper?
I guess so.
So you want doing the music?
I guess you can say it's rap. Yeah, it's real aggressive and dark and wicked and kill everybody moving. But that's the style it is.
All right.
So yeah, I guess it's rap. It's hardcore rap.
We gonna bring it back a little bit.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up
Where?
where you was a baby?
When I was a baby, I don't remember when I was a baby.
What do you remember? What time? Take me to the points you do remember vividly.
Where would you like to go back to?
Yeah.
Where would I? I don't want to go back to anywhere. So I grew up in Queens, in New York, Astoria, right down the road. When we moved, we did the crossover to New Jersey. Well, my parents did the crossover to New Jersey. I kind of was a wanderer for a little bit. I don't know, normal kind of, we weren't poor, like, welfare poor, but my father was a bus driver. My mom was a secretary, so we were lower class. Paycheck to paycheck family, right?
Right.
So, and I just did my thing, and odd jobs here and there. But I got stricken with a mental illness when I was about 17 that was always an underlying issue that I didn't know about until I was 26 or 27, called obsessive compulsive disorder and borderline schizophrenic. So
whoa, yeah, we gonna have to get into that part.
yeah, man, no problem.
What can you explain those two?
The first one I definitely want to know.
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
Right, what
it
is
comes in a magnitude of different. It hits you all kinds of different.
How did it come for you?
It came from me. I count lines and now I beat it. Okay,
I understand.
This was one of the reasons for the addiction. Normally, when people have serious addiction problems, there's some type of mental illness behind it, right? So in any case, I started counting words and numbers, and I had a rough point in life that sent me into a crisis, and then the mental illness flared up to the point where now I recognized something was wrong. Before that, I thought, you think life's normal. You're repeating words and numbers, and you're like, okay, I guess this is life, right? But then when it starts to get serious and you become a man, and your brain starts to develop and it starts to get worse, then you start saying, well, there's a problem, right? So I would count colors, numbers, cracks, letters. I would repeat things in my head over and over and over and over and over. But it was ridiculous, right? I knew it was not real. But that's the snowball effect with obsessive compulsive disorder, because the things that you obsess on really are not realistic. So you're wondering why your brain's doing it, right? And then a lot of people suffer from this disease in silence, and there's a lot of help out there to do it. Obsessive compulsive disorder.
Right.
So that will move around. Schizophrenia, you kind of see things that aren't there. And with me, it only comes in real situations of high anxiety or high stress. Like I'll say, is somebody sitting in that chair? And somebody say, no, there's nobody in the chair. So I'll be like, okay. It could be a vision.
You'll see somebody sitting in it?
Yeah, I'll see things. They'll float around. It hasn't happened in a long time. You'll hallucinate, under high pressure or
Right.
extreme anxiety. So, and that was the reason that I started drinking. And that's where the addiction comes in.
Because you drank to drive the visions away?
Correct. You stop counting, and the mental illness pretty much stops from alcohol. But then the rebound effect the next day makes it worse because you're hungover, and you have all the chemicals in your brain being affected by the overabundance of alcohol. Right. So then, over time, you keep drinking to self-medicate and escape reality, and then now you're training your chemicals in your brain. Now, you're an alcoholic. So from mental illness, self-medication to alcoholism, that's what happens to a lot of people. A lot of people see these people in the streets and they're like, oh, they're just losers, they're bums, whatever. No. You don't really know what they're going through. And you really don't know what they're going through until you experience it yourself.
Right.
So my empathy for those people, like they'll say into Jamaica, I never give nobody money, I give the homeless the money, the people in the streets, because you see them talking to themselves, and I know exactly what they're doing. And so the compassion has to be held for these people, and there's nowhere, there's not enough people reaching out to people to help them. So that being said, back to the addiction part of it. So then, at the end of the addictions, you start drinking a lot because your tolerance goes up, and now your brain knows what point it wants to be to forget. So it starts with a 6-pack a day, and then end 10 years later you're drinking a handle of rum a day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what do? You go to cocaine because you're sloppy drunk. So now you're up for 6 days. Now you're really hallucinating, right? So you're spending half your time drunk and the other half the time recovering. So you got no life. You're like a walking dead. You're like a zombie. You know what I'm saying? Just get nowhere.
How do you get out of a situation like that?
Bro, it took a long time.
Let me finish the whole experience. He's gonna get.
So
out
that's
of it.
what happened, and it wound up putting me into a downward spiral where I was in and out of hospitals and mental institutions and never really jail a couple times, but just, not no serious prison time or anything like that. I was homeless for like 6 or 7 years. And
7 years?
Wow.
Yeah, like, but it wasn't. Sometimes it was in the streets. Sometimes it was in camps. Sometimes it was in shelters. Sometimes I was able to scrape up enough money. I bought a van one time. I lived in my van for 2 years on the side of the road. So there was a lot of things that meant illness. So I guess, I don't know, there was something in me that just said, keep pushing forward. And the only reason I didn't, now we're going to get deep. The only reason I didn't commit suicide because I didn't want my mother to live with it.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that got me through for a long time, just to keep living, because my mother had been through so much and I just couldn't live with myself. Well,
you mean through so much? You like bad relationships and stuff, or like she had addiction?
No, she was molested when she was young. She's from a farm in St. Louis.
Right.
She, dad wasn't so nice. She had to work, 60 hours a week. We were poor. We were paycheck to paycheck. She lost her sister. She lost her mother. Now she's going to lose a son.
Yeah. That's,
what I'm saying? I said, I'll suffer for the rest of my life from my mom. So that's why I stayed. And so it kept making me strive. There's got to be something that can get me better. Someone somewhere has got to know what this is, because growing up, they didn't know what really mental illness was until we get into the 2000s, right? 2010 is when the awareness really started.
Right.
So if you grew up in the 90s and 2000, they didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knew what it was. They were like, what are you talking about? You're repeating words and numbers and counting. If you would have a conversation with me right now, I would have told you repeated J and K and W 437 times. I would recount your words and count back what you said and count the numbers. And recount them again, and recount them again, and recount them again, and recount them again, and recount them again. All day long, nonstop, from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep. So I had to drink myself to sleep. Because I'd stare at the wall, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right. Wow.
It was my brain just automatically did it. So I was saying to myself, there has to be somebody, somewhere, someday in this world that knows what the frig is going on. And then one day I snapped out of it for 6 months. It was the weirdest shit. All of a sudden it went, bleep, shut off. I was like, oh shit, it's gone. Right? I'm not repeating. So now I started be happier, and then it snapped back in, which sent me into a deeper spiral. But for that 6-month break that I had, I knew it was possible. I said, the brain shut it off. I said, there's got to be something with the brain. I met a doctor that fixed me in 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, with a brain exercise, and started explaining to me. Well, it took 2 hours, but the brain exercise took 20 minutes. And explained to me what OCD was, and the subconscious, and what it does, and the electrical impulses and all this stuff.
No, break that down. Please. If
Yeah,
you
man,
know
no,
what
anybody who
the
needs-
electrical impulse is what?
Yeah, the dopamine. Yeah. The circuits, how they're wired, and people with mental illness. And so he sat down. It was actually Dr. Hugo Franco. He's almost retired now, but he saved my life. And then it went from there. So I started building myself back up, kind of accepted where I was in life. And then, but I was still stuck with addiction now.
Yeah.
We fixed the mental illness, but now I'm stuck with addiction, right? So addiction goes on another 7 years. So I'm telling you, I'm partying a lot. I'm doing a lot of coke. Long story short, 28 months ago, we put it to an end. And that's where
I gotta clap you for that, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Crazy,
I've
right?
never heard nobody say nothing like that.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's the
ill,
truth.
bro.
It's the God honest truth behind the God.
I
That's all
believe
God,
you.
bro.
I believe you. I believe you.
There's no exaggeration in that. There's no bullshit. It was a lot of. I suffered for 23 years with that. Yeah, 23 years.
Can I ask you what
Yeah.
was the exercise? Maybe
I was
somebody
about
else.
to say
Oh, it's called flooding.
Flooding?
Yeah, flooding. So a lot of people, when it's an anxiety disorder. So say all of a sudden my OCD snaps in and I'm afraid of gold. So now I start counting everything gold. I can tell you there's gold on that pillow. There's gold behind every one of you guys. There's gold on that right there. There's that yellow kind of represents gold. There's a gold sticker there. There's a gold thing on the bike. There's a gold thing up there. I start seeing gold there, gold here, gold there, because my brain subconsciously thinks gold is going to kill me.
Right.
Oh shit.
So if you're walking through a bad neighborhood and you see the crew there, their block, you're aware of it, right? Mm-hmm. You're aware who's the bad man and who's not, because they're gonna cause you injury or death. But that's a real fear.
Yeah.
Gold is not.
Right.
How's that gold picture gonna kill me? So that's what bothers you. So in any case, so what you have to do is the more you run from it, the worse it gets. So you have to go to it. So now what I did was my colors were red, green, and black. So I would dress in all red, or I would dress in all green. I would paint my walls green. I would have a tape going green, green, green. So you pound it into your brain, so your brain no longer is scared of gold. So you'd be gold, gold. I would dress in gold. I put gold teeth in. I put gold hats on. I drape myself in gold, paint everything gold, drive a gold car. I had to write gold like 10,000 times. Gold, 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 gold. So this way your brain registers and it snaps out that gold is not going to hurt you no more.
Right.
Oh,
right? Shit. Yeah, man. Yeah. So you pound it into your brain. You don't run from it. You drum to it. And that's the exercise. So you just constantly write things down. And then what you have to do is the real technique, better than any medicine, and I've helped over 300 people snap out of it. It's called the flooding technique. Is another thing. You write down every crazy thought that you got. I'm a loser. I'm a fuck up. This is gonna, I don't know. The gold's gonna kill me. This motherfucker's gonna kill me. I'm never gonna get over it. Why is it happening to me? Where's the God? All this kind of crazy shit. Keeps repeating all day long. It's like synapses firing on you every second. You write it down. You get a book and you record what you said on a recorder, and then you play that recorder for 2 days straight. All day, every day. When you sleep, you go to sleep, you wake up, you hit it, you play it, and you sleep, you listen to it, you plug in for 48 hours, and your brain snaps out of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the best technique in the world. When I met
That's called flooding?
Flooding.
Like flooding your mind with
the enemy, flooding it, pounding it in, not running from it. You pound it in. So this way you're
Super pause. You gotta pause something at some point in the conversation.
Manny, I just let him ride. The story is ill. Let him ride.
It's cool though, because people need to hear it.
That's a fact.
Because people don't know it. So if you get 127,000 views on this, and there's 10,000 people with OCD, we just fixed 10,000 lives, dog.
That's a fact.
Okay. Because they're suffering. They're suffering.
Yeah,
they're really suffering.
Wow.
And there's an exercise out there that will help them in a half an hour that people don't know. And the only reason why this Dr. Franco knew is because he ran Bellevue in the 80s. He was an intern. Yes, but the head doctor died, and he was an 18-year-old or 19-year-old from Brazil, or no, maybe I think he was a little older than that. Maybe 29, excuse me. He was a doctor already. And the guy died, so he took over, and for 30 years, all he had was OCD patients. So I hit him, he fixed me in 20 minutes, dog. 23 years of suffering fixed me in 20 minutes.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You're going through all of this. What's your family dealing with when this happens?
I wasn't around them. I didn't do it. I left. I was homeless. I was gone. Couldn't do it.
Like they wasn't worried about you or nothing like that?
My dad didn't care. Sorry, Pops. I know we get along now, but my dad didn't care. And my mom
get along now.
My mom did care, but what am I gonna do? They got a mortgage, they live in a small condo. My mother's working 60 hours a week. I'm gonna bother her with, she was always concerned, but I was just wandering the world. Like a nomad.
No brothers, no sisters?
Sister.
Well, how did she take it?
We're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We don't communicate. So.
Okay. Okay. So, I would say, so how'd you get into weed?
So all the craziness is after I fixed the mental, blah, 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 long story short. I went back to school. I started the building up. I went back to school, became a food scientist. Got a food science.
Wait, hold on. A food scientist? That's what you said?
Yeah.
What is a food scientist?
It deals with the molecular structures and chemistry of food.
Oh, nice. Wow. Like Dr. Sabi or something.
Yeah, like who's that dude on TV that does, anything you see in the supermarket in bags, packages, labeled, nutrition facts, all that, packaged for food consumption for the masses, is what I can do. A product development guy.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So, long story short, I made a little bit of money in college, and I opened the first vape shop in the state of New Jersey. And this is where it leads to cannabis. So I went through the vapes, and then CBD. When CBD hit big in 2016, I owned the shop in 2016. Then they legalized cannabis. But I had already been in THC and hemp and CBD and cannabis and in
what
that
are the
arena.
differences between all of those? Because I see CBD, I see THC, what are the differences?
All right,
I don't smoke, so I don't know.
That's cool. So CBD's been coined. You know what Scotch tape is?
Yeah.
It's really clear tape.
Yeah.
But it's so popular, such a popular brand, they say, give me the Scotch tape.
Okay.
Well, that's what they do with CBD. CBD is really only one molecule in a cannabis or hemp plant. They got CBD, CBN, CBG, CBA, THCV, THCP, THCM, CBGs. I mean, CBNs. It just goes on and on and on. There's like over 200 of them. So CBD and the cannabinoids, non-psychoactive, the ones that are not going to get a person high, but predominantly come from the hemp plant. The Delta 9s, the Delta 10s, the Delta 8s, the HHCs, the THCPs, the THCVs, THCs come from the cannabis plant. That's going to get you high. That's a psychoactive effect. So that's the difference. You got the hemp plant and the cannabis plant. Hemp plant's more medicinal, not going to get you high. The cannabis plant is medicinal, but it's going to get you stoned.
That Delta 9 is real weed?
Delta 9 is the regulated molecule that the government has deemed the class 1 or whatever. The one that you get in the dispensaries, you need the license for. So through cannabis science, after they did all these hemp bills and this and that, the scientists started saying, okay, you get high on Delta 8, it's legal. You get high on HHC, it's legal. You get high on Delta 10, it's legal. As well as medical benefits. So it became, through the hemp bill of 2018, as long as you had 0.3% of Delta 9, which is the regulated one, you can put whatever you wanted in it. So gummies, that's why you see all these gummies at the gas stations and smoke shops and stuff like that. The Delta 8 flower and things like that, which were very beneficial to people for arthritis, pain, mental
Delta
illness.
8? Is that Delta 8?
Delta 8, Delta 10 has all kinds of different effects. Some get you speedy, some get you sleepy, some takes away pain, some helps people slow their brain down, some people it helps sleep. So there's all kinds of different, I call it like acupuncture in the body. You have a cannabinoid system in the body, so you can line up specific molecules of cannabinoids from a hemp plant or a cannabis plant and connect them to the spot on the body that you need to work whatever homeostasis, natural healing that the body's going to do. If that makes sense.
No.
If you follow that stuff, it kind of makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now that makes perfect sense. Though.
In 2021, they put out the legalization of marijuana. And being that I was already in the CBD industry, and Google only classified me as a cannabis store, I always tried to do CBD store or hemp store. They didn't have that as a listing. It was cannabis store. So when recreational popped off, they thought I was a dispensary. Right. So it turned on the light switch. So I was dealing with all the THCs already. I already had it. I already knew that you can do gummies 20 milligrams. They just have to be twice the size because it's weight by volume. 50, right, it's weight by volume. And I could use in those cartridges THCP, HHC, Delta 10, Delta 8, and get you blasted. But I didn't use Delta 9. Long story short, people wanted more. So they started asking for gifts. And I was like, what do you mean gifts? They were like, well, legally in the state of New Jersey, and it says it on a state law, and the Cannabis Regulatory Commission also released it, that you can give away up to an ounce. So it falls back to Washington, D.C. with the I-75, I think it was called, where you would, you know how they're selling shirts or stickers, and they give them a bag?
No, I don't know.
Okay,
that.
the gifting law. So you can give away weed. Yeah. So they would come in and they would buy CBD, and then I would give them weed. Right. So it started exploding.
Nice.
Right. So they were buying more and more CBD or more and more gummies, and because they would get weed with it as a gift. That's how I got all the way up.
Jammed up. Yeah.
Well, no, I got jammed up to say the least. 44 agents at my house and 17 unmarked cars and yeah. So anyway, it's a very high risk industry. Mm-hmm. So, and the banks kept shutting me down every 6 months. And then I was in the Silicon Valley. This is going to explain why they found all the cash. Because they found 420, what they said?
They said 600,000.
Well,
How you gonna say what they said? Whatever they said, they said that. That's what
I remember that.
No, it was more than that. It was more than that.
Obviously, if you go by what they said.
Yeah, no, right. When they said it was no cash, they said what? 407?
No,
600,
man.
Right, but they
don't even know how much he got. So much money, I don't even know. Yeah, I know.
They called whatever they say they called.
Yeah, whatever they say he did.
Yeah. So no, the cash, the cold hard cash they got, I think was 427,000. That was in my house. That was in a safe and in a built holding chamber.
No, they found 600,000. I said it right here.
But they found 200. They seized 200,000 and my business bank accounts. Right, they seized my bank accounts. So they shut.
Yeah. You're
okay.
Right. Yeah.
Then they said they made me look like I'm El Chapo, right? Then they said 1,500. What they said? 1,500 pounds.
Yeah, some shit like that.
All legal gummies. 1,500 pounds of legal gummies. They didn't tell you that. It just came back to testing. All legal.
Night.
Okay. And the handgun, okay?
Yeah.
But they don't tell you is that the investigation started when I was almost killed in my own fucking home. Because I got a big old fucking 12-inch gash from a 6'4" dude breaking in and smacking me on top of the head and pistol whipping me. And if I didn't get out of the house, he would have killed me. So, and I was just home from Jamaica for 15 minutes. And the cops over the next 2 weeks were coming and acting like they were helping me. And I was telling them, yo, did you find these guys yet or whatever, and they put an investigation on me because they seen how much I traveled back and forth to Jamaica. Right. So I guess everybody who travels to Jamaica is a cocaine dealer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Right? Like I'm pulling that big black bag that I get out of United Airlines. It's full of coke. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they put a case on me, and the lawyer's gonna.
Wait, tell me, you called about something else, and they put a case on you instead?
I didn't call. The neighbors called because it was ruckus.
Right.
Blood was spurting out of my head.
Right. You know I've seen that before. They I don't know if you remember the Silk Road.
Yes.
There was a guy who stole like 50,000 Bitcoins. Mm-hmm. He gets robbed. He's in Atlanta. Some autistic kid who's in Atlanta. He's partying with everybody and all these kids and spending all their money. Spending all money and just living a life and living in some unknown town in Georgia. One of the white boys rob him. He calls the cops because they stole $400,000, and he tells them, and they're like, "Who has $400,000 in cash in this neighborhood?" Then once they started doing that, they realized this guy was something. They opened an investigation in the house. So when the guys are coming in proposing like they're looking for the person who robbed him, they're trying to look at his computer to make sure the accounts is right and stuff like that. And then they raid his house and they get his computer. And
but was he guilty?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not guilty. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
So I had been in that Silicon Valley bank crash where the government seized Signature Bank. And just before that...
that's recent. Oh, my God.
Yes, just before that, another bank shut me down because it was a CBD company. Silicon Valley bank crash, the biggest bank crash in the United States of America. And the second big bank seizure 2 months later was my bank. They were telling people... Now, this is a year ago. This just happened 6 weeks ago. I got the case. So a year ago, all that happened. So you're going to put all your money in the bank? No. Yeah, I had accounting problems. My accountant had a heart attack. I went to another accounting firm. They screwed my taxes up. Waiting for accountants. I called contact four accountants. Finally got Then another bank took over Signature and said, we don't know if we're going to keep you in our bank.
Wow.
Right? So now I'm applying to cannabis-friendly banks, and I finally got one. I had scheduled the armored truck to come pick up $157,000 that they found in the safe downstairs. And yeah, so they don't tell you that. They just make you look guilty.
Yeah.
Like I was having, that's why the cash is piling up, because I couldn't deposit.
Wow.
And that's on God, bro.
Yeah,
They found it. It was next to deposit slips.
Yeah.
Like the bank was coming to get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I had just gotten approved by that bank the day before they raided me.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So they thought I was some Colombian drug lord. They're checking, you got a scar on the back of your neck. You know, what are you going back and forth to Jamaica for? I'm like, well, okay, why? I can't have a girlfriend in Jamaica? I can't have a wife? And a stepdaughter? I said, what, are you racially profiling me because my last name has a vowel on it? And I'm hanging out with black people? So I'm just a fucking criminal, right? Yeah, so you see me doing music videos, and so I'm a criminal. So that's what happens. A lawyer's pretty confident that they violated my rights.
Well, when you date black people, black things happen to you.
I guess so.
You got some black issues.
Sorry.
That's the price you pay, right?
I ain't saying it's right, man.
No, it's not right, but I guess it's reality. And it's funny you say that because I never really was a guy who made many political judgments or commented on real life activities that was going on in the world. I mean, I had my opinions, but I never felt really what it was like to be a minority until they handcuffed me, locked me, stripped me of my rights, took everything I fucking had, threw me in a jail cell, and just said, we don't give a fuck about you. Bye. And if I wasn't able to afford a lawyer, I'd still be in that motherfucker. So when I left, all the poor guys, what they do is, and I didn't even realize this, is that they keep them in jail and make them, I was climbing the walls, right? So, because we were on 22 and 2, 22 hours in the cage and 2 hours out.
Ooh,
Yeah, no, dude, it was like a 6x4. It was crazy. I never experienced anything like it. I was up for 8 or 6 or 7 straight days. I didn't sleep at all.
Thank God your OCD or none of that.
Oh, no, my OCD was in crisis. Flared up.
Wow.
I was counting tick, 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 every 15 minutes. Tick,
wow.
tick, tick, tick.
Wow.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But in any case, if you were poor, if you were a minority, if you black, it was fucked in Ocean County because they didn't give a shit about anybody. And what they do is, and it happens all over the country, and I never really understood it until it happened to me, that they'll keep poor guys. Now, there's a lot of white boys in there, too. You know, at this point, 2023, there was a whole mix of people in there. But the bottom line, it was the rich and the poor. And I had enough people that knew me in the town, and I had a lawyer that was able to come and say, "You got to." He's nonviolent. He gets the fuck out. But the people who use the public defenders were all staying because the public defenders don't give a shit. So what happens is, then the state puts a request on them to keep them until trial. And the trial keeps getting postponed and postponed and postponed. So now you got these minorities in there and these poor white, not only classifying as that, but just poor white trash in there.
I'm glad you said
now
it.
they're in there for a year and a half, right? Climbing the walls with nobody on the outside to help them. So they come in and be like, all right, look, just plead guilty and we'll let you out tomorrow, time served. And you got a jacket. So you get a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid who's like, oh, let me get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He said, shh, and he's out.
Yeah.
But that felony follows him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Systematic racism. Absolutely, 100%.
We had Chris Till who kind of went through that when he got pulled over because they said he had an illegal plaque, but it was his mom's plaque. Then they had him under pressure, and he just signed the thing saying blah blah blah, and he couldn't even be a teacher no more because he had a felony and shit like that.
Right, and then if you get in trouble again, now you're doing 5 to 7 because you already got a jacket and a felony. So say you get caught with another small felony, they'd be like, "Oh, you got a rap sheet, dog." I was like, "God damn! Oh shit, this shit's real." And I never knew it. So now I'm going to speak on it too in my music. Fucking bullshit. Fuck the cops. They crooked as fuck. Or they came into my house, all they want is the money. Where's the money? Where's the money? Lying motherfuckers. Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? My mom even says, they came into my house, Scott. They said they found COAs in my mom's house. I said, COAs of what? They said weed. It wasn't weed. It was food science COAs. They said, where's the safety deposit box? I'm like, now at this point, I'm OCD. I'm counting numbers. And I'm
Right.
They got clicked up again. So, they got me standing outside my house. All the neighbors are outside. I'm like, God damn. What the fuck?
Wow.
They got 17 fucking cars, sheriffs, dogs. I'm like, for me?
Little old
I said
me.
it. And they walked in. What did you guys think? You're going to find 100 AKs and fucking 50 kilos of coke? You walked in some big pile of weed and a registered handgun that I had for 14 years. And they were like, we don't give a fuck. Where's the money?
Wow.
Where is the money?
You knew it was there.
Why was
There's
they
more money. Where's it buried? Where's it hidden? Where's the safety deposit box? Where's the fucking money? That's all they gave a fuck about. Where's the money?
Why the money? I would think
What?
they would want the drugs.
No, they took the drugs already. They had that. They had the weed.
Oh, okay.
They took it. They're going to sell that shit on the street.
That's what they do?
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Where's the money? So anyway, that's mental illness. That's weed.
How did you grow that thing though? Like that's just so
It just happened, bro. Right place, right time. Good product.
you had like that'll do it.
Gas! Jay, gas! They all got jealous they couldn't find that gas. I started making so much money, they got fucked up. You know what I mean? They were like, nah. They tried to shut me down because, you know, I guess the state is regulating and tax. I don't know. Money grab. That's what the lawyer says.
Let me ask you. I got one more thing, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it off to my good friends. When that guy came in your house, talk about that experience.
Bro, I got home a day early from Jamaica. It was the day before Mother's Day. I wasn't home 15 minutes. And I was in my room texting my girlfriend or my fiance that I was home in my drawers. And I hear a knock on the door. And I said, Ma, don't answer the door. I ain't got nobody coming. And I hear, well, what do you want? And I walk out, and my room's in the back. It's dark. They don't think I was there. I think they were casing my mom. Because my mom's small. She's like 5'2". You know what I mean? And I walk out, and this dude's got a gun pointed directly on my mom's fucking forehead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And I was probably about from here to here. So I rushed him, and I jacked him up in the corner. But he had a girl with him. So we're fighting. They maced me. She maced me. Dead blanket. Emptied the can on me.
Has anybody been maced before?
Yo, dog.
Oh yeah, you definitely. That shit hurt.
Yo, I ain't never felt nothing like it. So, I knocked the girl out, and now I'm fighting with this dude. This dude's big. He's like 6'5". Yeah, big dude,
God
bro. He
damn.
was a big boy. So now I'm like, I can't see. I'm struggling with him, and I got the gun like this, and I'm like fucking burning up, bro. It was like, oh, shit. Imagine. So I turn around, and I said, the only way I'm going to get out of this and save me and my mom is I get out of the house. Because I can't, I'm barefoot. I can't. So I pull the door open. They slam the door. I rip the fucking door handles open, but I'm able to get my knee when I jacked the door in. I mean, when I turned around, it came on top, like, whack. Boom, opened me up like 10 inches. Wow. It's kind of covered well, but there's a whoop. So I got big pictures of it, and I just saw blood everywhere. So I got out. The only thing I saw was my neighbors, and I knocked on my neighbor's door. I was like, yo, I'm burning up. Give me some water. So they called the cops. And that was it. It happened so fast, man.
Did he get away? I mean...
Yeah, they walked away because I walked back to turn around. I'm telling you, I ain't never felt pain like that in my life. I could not see. I was like this. I couldn't see nothing. Just tearing and tearing and tearing. And I just see these shadows walk. And then my mom is screaming, Scott, what should I do? What should I do? I said, are they gone? She said, yes. I said, I guess they called the police. So wait for the police.
Man.
9 minutes later. Not 1 minute. 9 minutes later. The boys, our finest.
New Jersey's finest.
It showed up. 9 minutes is still a record.
Yeah.
Still a good record. 9 minutes, you got them to come to you?
Over a robbery? Yeah.
He's like, they don't even come here. But you know what?
You did good, man.
Yeah. Listen, I wish I was in Jamaica when it happened. Trust me.
All right.
That shit would have been a wrap.
Yeah, well, be glad you was there because, you
Right.
know, you would. I don't know if you probably would live with yourself if something happened to your
Me?
mom's.
I'd have shot that dude in his face.
Yeah, but you'd have been
Any
in
man
Jamaica.
would have shot that dude because you know what? I discussed that with my doctor. I said, you know, what if I would have shot that dude? How would I have lived my rest of my life? He said, you would not been bothered by it 1 minute because subconsciously and consciously, it was a rightful kill. Now, if you go out and shoot at somebody and you kill a baby with a stray bullet,
Right.
you got
That's something
issues.
different.
Yeah.
But that dude had a gun to my mom's forehead and whacked me on top of the head. If I would have shot him, I would have felt no guilt.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a big fact.
Psychologically, because I
Word.
was like, yo, what if it happens again? If I would have shot, because I didn't have my pistol on me.
Yeah.
I didn't even have my knife on me.
No, I'm saying you don't want to be in Jamaica at that time because your mom's was up
Why not?
there.
I'd have shot
You know
him
what
dead
I'm
as soon
saying?
as you walked in the house. Boom, 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 boom.
He's saying if it
And threw
happened
him out on
in
the road.
Jamaica.
Oh, if it
If
happened
you was
in
in
Jamaica.
Jamaica-
If I was in
No.
Jamaica, it'd have been a wrap.
But he's asking him if he was in Jamaica and he wasn't there with his mother.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but he's saying though he wished that whole scene would have
Yes,
happened in
right.
Jamaica because he would have been
okay.
better prepared in Jamaica
Right.
for that.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Not that it would have happened where he wasn't around where it happened.
No,
to
and
his mom.
the cops, nothing for nothing, and the cops in Jamaica would have never started an investigation on me.
Yeah.
They would have found him,
Yeah.
and they would have housed him.
Wow.
They're not as crooked as you think in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I thought they was crooked in Jamaica.
But you in college, you just think crooked.
They all. They all.
Don't put that on me, right?
Yo, I was
Put that on me. I don't know that.
I was in the county. I was with a dude. I guess he was from Brooklyn. He was a mob dude or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, yo. This is. And he's like, it's a business. He said, fuck it, man. Go in front. This dude was funny as shit. He's like, go in front of the district attorney and tell him to suck their mother. And the first offer he gives you, and then they're gonna come back and he can say the second offer, he can say suck your mother, and then third offer they're gonna be like, nah, the state can't afford to go to court. They're gonna drop this shit. Trust me, it's a business. Give them half the money, you're gonna walk. Oh God. Crazy mother. And you learn, them motherfuckers in jail were smart. They would tell me, oh, listen, when you get out, you got to get a burner phone. You got to you got to call the other guy from the other phone. He's got to do this. Go get the money, bury it here. Do it. Get out of here. Remember, scan your cars. They're following you. You probably got bugs, and the bugs are the tracking devices are located on the back of your what do they call the springs, whatever? Because they'll shake too much if they're on the inside. I was like, yo, what? Yeah, man. Yo, there's some gangsters in there, bro. There's some motherfuckers in there I would not play with.
Hell yeah.
Well, what you
there's
got,
some
man?
motherfuckers in there.
What I got to say, yo, I'm so intrigued with your story. Yo, I gotta take a shit, right? But I'm listening to your story, and I'm not even taking a shit, bro.
But
Your
I ain't
story is
talking about
crazy,
coke.
bro. Your story is crazy, bro. I'm proud
Wow,
of you.
right?
You
Wild
will.
shit. Yeah. And so then I'm following the law, and then they stick me again.
What do you got to say for people who want to get into the cannabis business legally?
Legally, you got to follow the hemp law of 0.3, and we do branding for people and we develop companies and we drop ship, and especially for artists. Me and Maddie and the Tosca brothers are gearing it up.
Oh, they gonna be on here too.
They're gonna be on here soon,
They gonna
right?
be on here.
You need to really find somebody that knows the laws and who manufactures correctly, because a lot of people, do it in your house and this and that. You can't measure. You can't start a proper brand and make money the way you can unless you're insured and you have testing. Because say you give a gummy to somebody, you say it's 20 milligrams and it's 150 milligrams, and they get sick.
Oof.
And they crash your car. Now they can sue you personally. So you have to make sure your ducks are in a row and your shit. And it doesn't cost as much as people think, because companies like me will help people get off the ground. But you have to be really professional about it. You have to build a good brand.
Yeah.
It's not, and you have to work hard, right? You have to
Definitely that.
your business has to be run properly. You have to have your business structure, your brand, websites, but the product needs to be done by somebody who knows what they're doing.
How
Number
much
one
money would it
rule,
take to?
You gotta invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How much?
That's the number one rule.
Facts.
Yeah.
How much money do you think you start up to do it legitimately? Like,
I can tell you right now, you get it up and running for $5,000. You got to hustle though. You got to go. You got to do guerrilla marketing. You got to walk from store to store to store. Not a lot of people are willing to do that. When I was up and coming, I was standing on the corner handing out flyers. I was going from store to store to store. I was doing trade shows. I was going to New York. I was going to New Jersey.
Right.
I was doing the SEO. I was putting in 16 to 18 hours a day, bro. I was sleeping in my car. You know what I'm saying? I was on the hustle. I was always giving out cards and wherever, free shit, free samples here and there. So it's possible for $5,000, but you got to get up every morning and you got to. If you have a product, that's great. But if they don't know who you are or what it is, how do you expect them to know to buy it?
yeah. What you got to say, G?
Yeah.
What's realistic though? I mean, $5,000 is doable.
$5,000.
What's realistic?
If you want to pop it off and start making money, I'd say 25. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
To have some inventory to throw in your truck and, website up proper, shipping program, some marketing behind you, some giveaways, things like that. Yeah, about 25 G's to get you going. You only really need 1,000 customers that spend $20 a month, right? $20,000 a month. That's $240,000 a year.
Right.
Be happy with that, and then it grows from there.
Wow.
A lot of people can't do those numbers. They don't understand.
No, right.
Like as an artist, right? I'm not looking to be rich and famous. And after all this, it's cool. I still do it to stay sober and spread a message. But at the end of the day, I know I can achieve 20,000 loyal fans and followers. I can put out my THC brand. I can put out a product that they like. And with 20,000 customers that spend $200 a year, I'm going to make $1.5 million a year. Think about that.
Right.
Think about that. For 20,000 people. So you cut that in half, it's 10,000. All right, I'll take the $750,000 a year. Well, any average American, right? The average salary is $35,000.
Right.
Yeah, man.
20,000 customers.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Numbers in my fucking mind right now.
But there's so many other things that they can do too. If you think, it's not stuck in just cannabis because not everybody wants to get high.
Yeah.
Most of my customers don't want to get rock and roll stoned.
Yeah.
They want the medicinal. They can't sleep. They get anxiety. Their knees are swelling up. My biggest customers are 45 to 65.
Wow.
They don't want to get stoned, but you can put enough THC in there so the medicinal properties come.
Right.
They're not on opioids
That's
or dope or oxys.
Definitely. Right.
Or heavy, sleep meds. And you got to take something to wake up. You got to take something to go down. You got to take something.
I have that. Indica and stuff like that. Indica. That's what it is.
He's saying he had indica. He's not mic'd up.
Yeah, the strain that usually knocks
You're not
people
mic'd
out.
up, brother, so they don't hear.
Don't talk to him now. Get the subtitles.
Yeah, man, indica. You got indica, sativa, you got hybrids.
Yo, Bug, you got anything?
Scotchie, man, you something else, bro. Thanks for coming here.
That's what they say.
Telling your story, bro. You dope, bro.
Thank you.
Dope.
I appreciate you guys, For real, man. Get the message out there about mental illness and drug addiction.
That's a
It
fact.
ruins a
that's
lot
a
of
fact.
lives,
Yeah.
and it's a government ploy to hold people down.
That's a fact.
Because they can help you, and they know they can stop this bullshit, this fentanyl, this heroin, and all this shit. They can stop it, but it's a money fucking grab, and it keeps the people down. Simple as that. So, True always told me this. I got to grab something from you guys. Scotchie Boss, SCOTCHIE. Follow it on Instagram. You can also contact me through scotchieboss.com. And the new Block is Hot is going to drop next week, Maddie. Next week's going to drop. Block is Hot. And then the Tommy Lee Sparta joint, War, filmed in Flanca, Montego Bay, Murder Everyone, is going to drop in January. You heard? Yeah, man.
Yo.
So, yeah.
G, you got anything?
Nah, man, Scotchie Boss, we appreciate you coming by, blessing us with everything, your story,
Thank you.
everything, man. And hopefully I can link up with you on, what I'm saying?
Of
get some
course,
info.
man. Anytime.
I appreciate that,
You
man.
got my phone number now, dog.
Yes, sir.
Man, respect. Yeah? Boom.
We ain't finished yet. Matt,
Oh, we
what's
ain't
up?
finished yet? All right.
No, we ain't yet.
Oh, nah, man. Listen, thank y'all for having me. Maybe I could get my own segment one day.
You know you will.
Yeah.
My favorites enough, so I don't know.
Nah, you got you, kid.
Yeah, I'm blessed because Brady Toska is one of my biggest fans. I'm blessed. I never thought I'd have I'd have some people like this in my corner, some serious men. Never thought I'd take it this far. I never really thought I was that interesting, but here we go.
Well,
Luke.
here we go.
And listen,
What up,
look,
Luke?
Got a movie coming out. It's called The Pale White Horse.
Yeah, The Pale White Horse. You heard?
Pale. It should be out by the time this come out. So
Yeah.
That's a fact.
you know what I'm saying? Go watch that because I'm gonna be watching.
This will have nothing to do with the book, right?
A little bit.
Really?
A little bit. You gotta watch the movie though.
It's so secretive. You hear the secret? It's a big secret.
Luke, you got anything? What up, Luke, man? I know you've been just laying low, but you got to say something on this thing,
I
man.
mean, I listened to the story. I was funny.
I know. Can you believe it? I stole the show again.
Listen,
Damn.
he-
That was your show. That was your show.
I was in the show. He spoke about the
I
mental
know, it's so
illness. He
deep,
spoke
yeah.
about the addiction. You know, he said some things that I've heard in recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just brought me back to some of the things he said.
Well, that's how you stay sober.
Yes.
That's why they always, you have to
Yeah,
remind
you
yourself
gotta
that
keep
you're an
reminding
addict.
yourself,
That
like-
disease is cunning. And all of a sudden you think you got it.
And you don't
And
have
one
it.
slip. I got out of jail. And I wasn't in there for long. I was only in there for 8 days, dog. They had me locked down for 8 days is enough. And that was the first time in 27 months. I was like, yo, I need a bottle. But I knew what the bottle would do.
Oh yeah. Day one.
Yep. So the addiction tried to get me. It's good. It's an excuse. You deserve it.
Yeah.
And then for a real true alcoholic and drug addict, it's just a downward spiral from there.
Scotchie Boss, man.
Yes.
You know how much shit I learned today, man?
Yeah,
Like,
that's Scotchy. I
this shit
love
was
them
riveting,
interviews when
B.
they
You know what I'm
like
saying?
that.
Yeah.
This shit was like,
I appreciate
Shit
that.
was
man.
dope, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime, bro. And if you have anybody who needs help with OCD, let me know. We send it to the right
Definitely.
place.
That's a
definitely.
fact.
It don't matter where you are in life. If you can get a breather from mental illness and just have some kind of peace in life. Some of these I'm sorry, how old are you? 40? All right. So he's lived some life. Wouldn't it be nice to get him for his last 10 years to be free of mental illness and at least have some peace in his head while he's fucking alive?
Yeah.
Not just suffer his whole life.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's a
Yeah,
fact.
man. For real, bro. Nobody wants to suffer more than they have to for one day.
Word.
Let alone
Word.
30 years,
That's
40
a fact.
years.
Word.
Who knows? He fixes his mental illness. He got another 20 years left. You know what you're going to do in that 20 years?
Right.
Yeah.
We let him
Or he
talk
can
to you,
spread the
Scotty.
love of send his story and his journey. And look, I got fixed at 59. And go help other people that are young. You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
We're going to have Blonde Junior on the show again so
Yes.
he can talk about how he got fixed from mental illness. Right,
man.
for another viral session.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely. I help anyone, anywhere, anytime.
This is Detox Jones. This is Scotchie Boss. Bug Out. G-Vast. Matt. Luke. Prom. I'm going to say it again. Prom. We got Blonde Junior over there. We out. Peace.
Yo, this is Scotchie Boss, you heard? I'm on the Thanks for Asking podcast. Like, subscribe, comment. These guys are cool. I'm going to be here again. Like I said, it's the Thanks for Asking podcast. Scotchie Boss, over and out. Boom, fire shots, you heard?